Okay, I think it's a time. Let's start. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our live webinar, Turn Website into Apps with Twinr App Builder. Myself, Gaurav Parwadia. I am CEO and co-founder of Twinr. So, I'm very excited for this webinar, and I hope you guys all are as well, right? And in today's webinar, we will be discussing about, obviously, the one point is how we can convert any website into mobile apps using Twinr. Also, I'll be going through all the step-by-step process from start to end, creating your application, and then after customizing it, setting up push notifications, app building process, and finally, how you can release an application to App Store and Play Store accounts. So that will be the agenda today. So without wasting any time, let me start with that. And even before I go into the demo, I want to announce one thing, that as part of this webinar, we will be offering giveaways to our participants based on their engagements. That can be like anything, your questions, your engagement on our social media or anything, right? And whoever the winners will be, we will be announcing them on Monday on our social media. And also the winners will get an email from our team member to get a lifetime subscription for us. Okay, so let's move forward then. So before doing anything, I want to start with the introduction first, that what is Twinr, right? So Twinr is a no-code platform that can convert any website to native Android and iOS applications in just 2 hours. And honestly speaking, this is not any marketing gimmick. Literally, you can create your account on Twinr and try it out by yourself. And we have some of the participants in this webinar right now who are our existing customers, and they will agree with this statement with me. Okay, now the next thing is, Twinr is built upon 3 different core principles. And as part of these principles, we are trying to solve some real world problems that is out there for businesses to have their online presence. One of them is budget reduction. So budget means every time we heard about that we don't have a higher budget for building a mobile applications and all those things, right? And also, if someone don't want to invest a hefty amount for their initial version of an application, then Twinr is a solution for them. Because if you go for a traditional development approach, then it might cost you like maybe 5,000, 10,000, or even $20,000 based on your requirement. So what's the solution here? Using Twinr, you can build your application with just $25. That's it. You don't need to spend an extra amount, or you don't need to invest a lot of money just for the first version of your application. So we are very much successful drastically reducing this budget here for all of our customers and the businesses out there. The next thing is time reduction. As I have mentioned before, that you can literally convert your website into mobile apps in just 2 hours, right? And for example, going with a traditional approach might take 1 to 3 or maybe 6 months, whatever your application requirement is. And on opposed to that, it will be really good if you can have your mobile application within just 2 hours, right? So everyone wants it as soon as possible. And with Twinr, again, it's possible to do that. So we are solving that issue as well for all the businesses out there. And actually, if we take an example of a COVID situation where everyone, we were in a lockdown, and then all the businesses were looking for their online presence, right? So at that time, our solution was for them to provide them the fastest online presence available here. Okay. The next thing is eliminating maintenance. Your application is built upon Twinr, no code, no maintenance again, right? So you are not generating any source code for your mobile apps. That means you don't need to maintain anything there. So everything will be handled by Twinr, maintained by Twinr. For an example, Apple released iOS 16 recently, right? So all of the applications built upon Twinr will be supported for iOS 16 by default. There is no any extra maintenance or any extra steps required from the customer side or the user side. So we are trying to solve these 3 different use cases here, and those are the main principles that we are building our business on. Okay, we always get this question that why our business should have a mobile app. Okay, so obviously there are thousands of reasons for that, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to highlight few of the most important benefits of having a mobile app. And one of them is digital marketing channels. So for example, having a website doesn't mean that you can reach out to your customer from your side, right? Then what is the solution here? That means having a mobile app means you can reach out to customer from your side. So you are keeping them engaged, you are informing them with your latest updates, news, and all those things, right? So it can become your direct marketing channel. And that's the proven strategy nowadays in the marketing world. Also, the second point is increase customer engagement because you can reach out to them. That means they are up to date with your information, your business information, what is going on with your business, any offers or anything, right? So there will be a high chance that your customer engagement will be increased. And the next thing is push notification. So push notification is one of the medium, right? And it's the best usable medium nowadays that everyone use push notification to let their customer know that we have these offers going on, or we have this discount going on, or summer sale, or whatever it is, right? But all those marketing gimmicks will bring users back to your business, and that's what we want, right? uh, Next thing is improve your customers experience. That means your custom right now mobile is a handiest device in the world, right? So everyone, all of the users are using mobile devices. So if you have a mobile app, that means user will be able to access your application easily in their mobile, and they don't need to go to the mobile browser and type in the URL, right? So that's how mobile application is going to help improve the customer experience as well. And the next other two things is increase conversions and sales, and plus grow customer loyalty and brand building, because you can send push notification to them, you can reach out to them, you are keeping them engaged. That means you have a high probability, and those kind of customers will become your loyal customers. And also you are building your brand here, you are making a strong presence in the market for your businesses, right? So those are the benefits of having mobile apps for any businesses out there. Now next thing is that we support all the website platforms. So that means doesn't matter which technology your website is built upon. If it is working in the browser, that means Twinr can convert it into mobile apps. So don't worry about it, we covered all the technologies already. Now Twinr provides rich set of features here. So in terms of no coding requirement is one of the thing. All website platforms, obviously, hamburger menu, real-time sync is one of the good example here, because when we build an application, sometimes what we need to do for minor changes, we release a new version to the App Store and Play Store accounts, right? But with Twinr, you don't need to do that, because even whatever changes you will be doing, you do it on our portal. Okay, test it, publish it for the users, and all the users out there will get the updates automatically. So they don't need to download or update their application from Play Store and App Store. So forget about those tedious processes again, right? And one of the most used feature on Twinr right now is push notification, obviously, and we provide push notification support out of the box with open source platform using Firebase, and you can schedule your notifications as well, and plus you can create actionable push notifications as well, where user click on the notifications and you will be able to bring them to specific URL or specific screen. So that's again a very cool feature to use. The next thing is that in this time span, we discussed with a lot of users, and they came to us, reach out to us for many concerns and myths. That okay, we have this concern that if we build an application on any no-code platform, then we will have a problem with our application approval. Forget about it, because we provide 100% application approval. So if your application is built upon Twinr, then it will be approved for sure on App Store and Play Store accounts. If there will be any issues with that, our team will be personally included in this process with you, and they will make sure that it will get approved. The second thing is that it's not PWA, right? So some people think that the application built on no code, they are PWA. It's not. Basically, PWA, you cannot download it from Play Store and App Store accounts, right? The application builds on Twinr means it's a native apps, and your users will be literally able to download it from PlayStore and AppStore account. So again, it's not PWA. The next one is out of the box third-party plugin support, right? Many of our customers discussed that, or they came to us that, okay, we want to integrate this chat plugin in the mobile app. So what we responded to them, you don't need to, because if your third-party plugin is being integrated on the website, then on mobile apps it will work out of the box, right? So you don't need any extra third-party support just for the mobile applications. Okay, so we are also fixing that concerns from the user. Next one is fully customized apps. So apps built on Twinr, you will have a lot of flexibility and a lot of features we are providing, like hamburger menu, native no internet view, right? Navigation bar, tab bar, different kind of buttons. So you can highly customize your application. Plus, you can also customize your web page content as well, that you don't want to display certain elements from your web page into mobile apps. You can decide that as well. So using all these features, there will be you can create very highly customized plus beautiful and rich user experience applications here, right? The next one is apps built using multi-domain URL. So for example, if your application, if you want to use two different domain URLs in a mobile apps, right? For example, xyz.com or abc.com, like that, then you can do that as well. You can use that as well. So it might be possible that one of them is your branding website and another one is your kind of portal, maybe parents portal or the student portal or like that. And you want to include both of them in the mobile apps. It's 100% possible to do that with Twinr, and you can do that. And some of our customers are already using it as well. Fine. So those are some of the common concerns that we have answered here. But if you have any other concerns or questions, feel free to post it in the message, and we will be reaching out to you guys to answer those things. Now, next, most interesting part now is our demo. So now I will be going through the demo process, and without wasting any time, let's directly dive into that one. Okay. So let me bring up my browser here, and you can see I have my builder portal opened. This is a Twinr builder portal where you need to create an account, or if you already have an account, then log in. And if you already created an application, then you will be able to see it here. Not, we will be going through the application create process right now. Okay, so first thing first, let's start with creating an application. We click on this create app button. It will give us 4 different options here. The first option is a blank application. So you will be able to create everything from scratch. Okay. And other 3 options are our ready-made templates. So for example, if you have an e-commerce business, then you can just use this e-commerce template to have some pre-built foundation ready. And then after you can apply other customizations however you want it, right? So it's again your choice that what way you want to go. You have a complete flexibility here. Today, I will be converting this website, which is my e-commerce website, into mobile app. Okay, and it's an e-commerce website. So I'll be selecting an e-commerce template. Now it's asking me for the application name. So I'll be entering e-commerce webinar demo, like that, for the application name, right? You can use any name you want here. Next 2 other options are industry and website platform. So these are really important options again, because we are providing suggestions, and in the future we'll be providing a lot of automations based on these 2 different fields, right? So I would highly recommend selecting the proper information here. I'm selecting e-commerce for myself and WordPress as a platform here. And next. Now, because it's an e-commerce template, it's asking for 4 different URLs here. Okay, so let's bring all those URLs. One of them is obviously the homepage URL. The another one is a shopping screen URL. So let's bring them as well. The next one is a cart screen URL here. Yeah, there you go. And the last one is my account. So I'll go here and my account, This will be my account URL. Perfect. After entering all these URLs, just click on the build up button. Okay, and once the application will be successfully created, it will build an application here like this. Okay, so now we have three different options here. First option is going into application dashboard, which we'll be discussing about in a bit. The second option is again more important, which is our preview app. So when you are building your application, obviously you want to preview that how your application looks like, right? So download our application in your Android devices and you can preview it right away when you are working on that. So I would highly recommend doing this as a first step when you are working on Twinr applications. Download our preview app. Third option is to delete an application. So whenever you delete an application, you will have 3 months to recover it if you want. And for that, you will need to contact our support and they will be able to help you to recover it. Okay, now the next part. Okay, so when we go into the application dashboard, here we have few information available. The first thing is that a setup guide. So you download our preview app, setup branding, app theme, customize screens. We'll be going all these important informations step by step, right? And when you click on any of the link here, it will bring you to the documentation here. We have an in-depth documentation covered here from step-by-step processes, creating an application to publishing your apps. So again, I would highly recommend using our documentation as well. And in your development process, if you find out any issues anytime, right, or whatever questions you have, always reach out to us using this live chat and our support team will be able to help you. And let me tell you one thing, our support team is best out there right now and everyone is talking about it, that Twinr is providing a best support. And it's free, so why don't you utilize it, right? Now, we also have a video tutorial. So if you want to know about the step-by-step process through video, then go through these different videos here again, right? And also here are some of the recent features that we have released, hamburger menu and all these things. So read through that as well. Next thing is branding. So branding is your application branding completely, where you will be able to enter your application name. So we entered this application name while we were creating it. You can change it and whatever you will change it here. Okay, when user will install your application, it will be displayed like this. So we have a nice preview here for that as well. Bundle ID and package name will be required when you want to publish an application on PlayStore and AppStore account. So we have in-depth documentation available for that as well, that how you can do that. Okay, so next thing is application icon. Upload the icon with 1024 by 1024 by format, and then it will become your application icon like this. And the last one is a launch screen, which is a splash screen. So when user will install an application in their mobile device, they will be able to see this screen first until the content behind the screen is ready to be displayed. This is kind of a standard in mobile applications nowadays. So you can use this screen as a marketing purpose or a branding purpose, however you want to do that. Okay. Now, before going to the next section, what I want to do here, I want to open my preview application and give you guys a bit of a highlight that how our application looks like currently that we have just created. Okay, so that's how our application looks like. We have 4 different screens here, right? 4 different screens that we had created while we were creating an application, and then homepage URL here, the shopping page content here, the cart here, and all those things, right? So what we need to do now, what I'll be doing, I'll show you the final product, that for example, if we do all the customizations, then how this application looks like. And for that, I have this application available here for you guys. So you see, that's how the final product will look like. 4 different URLs here. You see there are a lot of changes here, the very nice intuitive navigation bar, tab bar. So let's see how all these things works. Okay, so let me switch my application from here as well. And branding. Okay, so you see we have a app theme section here. So app theming means you can set up your branding guidelines here, which is colors, title, font size, image height, width, and all those things, right? So for the tab bar here, you can see we are using this gray background color, and that's what it is using here, the gray background color. For the navigation bar, which is this header here, right, we are using this kind of gray color, and that's what it is using in the mobile apps here. And then we have these buttons and all those things, in which we will go into a bit. Whenever you do some changes here, save it as a draft. Okay, you go to the preview app and reload it, and that's it. All the latest changes that you did will be available here to preview it. Okay, so that's what the app theme section is. Now the core part of the development, and again I forgot to tell you one thing, that if you don't have an Android mobile to download the preview app, right, then we do have a simulated preview here for Android and iOS devices. So you can use this one as well, which is again similar thing, the similar preview that we have just seen in the mobile. You just need to use your similar username password to your portal, and that's it. Your application will be listed there, and just preview it. Okay, now under the screen section, you can see there are 4 different screens here, and we had created this screen while we were creating an application: home, shop, blog, and account. Okay, so what is the main purpose of creating a screen? So to understand that, okay, for example, right now I'm on a my account screen. I want to go to the shop screen as a user. Then what I need to do, I click on this button, and it will load the page for me, right? And then the content will be displayed. But mobile application has a benefit here. So mobile application can display different screens in a tabs here. So whenever user want to go to the shop screen, the content will be readily available for them. They don't need to wait for the page to be loaded and all those things, right? So for that purpose, we actually create a new screen. We add a new screen here. So if you want to add a new screen, you just go to you click on the new screen button here and add all this information. Now, whenever you are creating a new screen, just ask one question to yourself, that how frequently this screen will be used by my users. If the answer is very frequently, then I would recommend creating a screen for that, because that's the most important part users will be using, and we want to provide that on the front of the applications so they can easily use that, right? Now, whenever you are creating a screen, as a user experience perspective, I would recommend that go with maximum 5 numbers of screens here. Okay, and again, you can go with more than 5 as well, based on your requirements, right? But to have a better user experience, I would recommend going with maximum 5 screens. And then after, you can use like hamburger menu and all other options to provide other screen URLs as well, right? So yeah, that's what the main purpose of creating a new screen. Now, you guys also realize that on the home page here, if we go to the website, right, and let me load the home page here and make it responsive. So if I'll make it responsive, you see I have this header from the web page, this tab bar, which I don't need, right? And in the mobile apps, we have a dedicated tab bar, native tab bar. So how we can remove these elements, how we can customize it, how we can remove certain extra content that we don't need in a mobile app. Okay, and what are the other customization options we have? So for that, we have a really nice option here, which is under the general settings, you go to remove elements. Okay, and under the remove elements, you add a new element here, and it will ask you for the elements identifier. So this means that provide the elements identifier that you don't want to display in the mobile apps. So in this situation, I have provided this header identifier here, which is my mobile header wrapper. Okay, so how can we find this information? To do that, you just go to your website, right click and inspect it, okay, which will open this kind of view for you guys. Click on this little arrow icon here, right? And then select the element. Okay, I want to remove this header completely. So let me select this element. And you see it's highlighting that element on the right hand side. Okay, and if I go above, then I have this header wrapped under this div element. So what I need to do, I just need to copy the class name. That's it. And then go here and paste it. After pasting it, what you need to do, if it's a class name, then use dot at the start, and that's it. You are done, right? So let me remove this one, save it as a draft, go here and reload this, and you see we do not have any header here. The header is gone, right? So that's how you customize your applications, and you only display important information in mobile apps, which is not, which is more usable for your users, and you also remove some of the extra content. And for that, I would say that we can just remove footers, headers, and all those things, because we have a dedicated header, right? So we can remove all these things from the mobile apps. We don't really need that information. Now, to added a flexibility here, okay, you can apply these rules at two different levels. General settings means it will be applicable for all the screens, and if you go to any of the particular screen, then you will find the similar option here as well for the remove elements. And you see that I have one extra option here for only for the home screen, because if I go to the home screen, then I have this banner here which I don't want to display in the mobile apps, right? And it is only in the home screen. Other screen does not have it, so it does not make sense to remove it from everywhere, right? So what we can do, we can just specify that elements identifier under this at the screen level under the home screen, and that's it. For the home screen, as you can see here, there is no navigation, there is no banner here as well. That means in the mobile app, the content will start from this part, right? Which is again very easy to set up, right? And very cool feature to use. Okay. Now the next thing is about what are the other customization options we have, which is CSS. So you can literally add an extra CSS as well. You can apply some CSS. Similar thing, find out your elements identifier, provide CSS properties that you want to apply, and you are done with that. And scripting as well. So for example, if you want to inject some extra scripts in your app, maybe for the tracking purpose or for the analytics purpose or something, right? You can do that here as well. And that's it. Now, let's look at the URL policy. So URL policy, I was talking about the multi-domain support, right? So that's where this feature will be useful. So URL policy will provide you two different options at a higher level, that all the similar domain URL will keep opening in the current tab, which is in the application itself. But the different domain URL, if there will be any different domain, for example, Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, something like that, right? All those URLs will open in a mobile browser. So, and the reason is we don't want to disturb user, or we don't want to remove exiting user from the main important screen of our application. And we always do that in our website as well. In our website, if we click on those kind of links, then usually we open that URL in a new tab, right? So you can achieve the similar result here as well. Now, for example, you have a different domain URL which you want to keep opening in the current tab. So how you can do that? You create a new policy here and write down an expression that whenever in the URL you find xyz.com, okay, as a substring, open it in a current tab, and that's it. You are done, right? Whenever there will be xyz.com in the URL, it will find it. The Twinr will handle all those things, and it will keep it opening in the current tab. Okay, so that's how you can support multi-domains as well. Okay, and again, similar thing, all these options are available at the screen level as well. So you decide that you want to apply it for one screen or the multiple screens, right? Okay, now moving forward, our next part is a cart refresh. So this feature is specifically for e-commerce. Now let's take an example that you have a cart screen here in the bottom bar, and we have a shopping screen here as well. So whenever I add some of the product in the cart, what I want to do, I want my cart screen to be reloaded every time, right? So users will be able to see the updated list of products in the cart. To do that, you just enable this feature and provide the cart counter selector, and that's it, you are done. The rest will be handled by Twinr. So again, this is really very useful feature for the e-commerce or any of the applications who have this kind of cart functionality. Okay. Now, if we go to the screen, then we have one more feature to discuss about, which is a navigation bar, right? And under the navigation bar, you have flexibility. Either you can completely disable this navigation bar. So if you will disable it in the mobile application, this navigation bar won't be displayed at all. It will be directly displaying the content from the web page content. Okay. You can also select that you want to display title as a text or image. If it's image, upload your image here and it will be displayed like this in the header. Okay, if it's a title, it will be displayed like this. Then title position, center or left. Again, that's also one of the added flexibility there. You can decide left or center you want. Now navigation bar buttons, right? So we do provide 5 different kind of buttons here: linker, cart, JS injector, text selector, and hamburger. So obviously hamburger button is useful where you want to just get rid of this website hamburger and you want to use the native one. So we do have a lot of hamburger button stylings here, like this. You see different stylings that you can use for the linker button and back button. Back button is for the navigation. So whenever there will be any navigation happening, if I'll go inside this, right, it will enable the back button for me automatically in the navigation bar. So you see we have a back button here. Click on it. It will bring me to the previous screen. And now there is no navigation, so no requirement for the back button as well. So again, Twinr will handle that automatically. One of the other button is the cart button that I want to highlight here for e-commerce applications, that you can literally mimic the cart button that you have on your website. And as you can see that I have mimicked this here as well. It shows the counter 5 here. There are 5 items in my cart right now, and this button is not from the website. It's a native button. So you can set up the cart button as well like this, right? And then I think we have all this information available on our documentation, that why and how you can use these buttons. Okay, why I have already told you, right? Instead of getting rid of those buttons from the website and make your application look more elegant and beautiful to look and very user friendly, I would say that use these kind of features here. Okay, now next thing is about push notification, which is the most important part of any of the application, as I have mentioned before, right? So our push notification setup is very easy to do. Just click on the enable push notification button, upload these 2 files, and seriously, you are done with that. Once you will upload these 2 files, your application will have a push notification support. It will be able to receive push notification. Okay, how you can set it up? We have this push notification setup documentation here. Please go through that and set it up. And once you will set it up, Firebase is providing really nice intuitive console from where you can design your push notifications. You can decide the target audience as well. You can decide if you want to schedule it, and also you can decide that if you want to make it actionable notifications, right? Do those setups, and then after you will be able to test this push notification as well. Just one thing to highlight here, you will not be able to test push notification using the preview app. So what you can do, which is our next part. So now you are done with all the setups, all the customizations. You have seen the preview app, everything is looking fine. Now it's time to look for your final product, that how it will look like. So what you can do, you go to app build. So even before going there, let me introduce one more feature here, which is a no internet view. Okay, so if in your application you want to handle the no internet view scenario with elegant situation, right, then I would say that use this feature, enable it. So whenever there will be no internet in user's mobile, instead of displaying anything, right, it will display the screen. And I think you can just imagine that if there is no internet in my mobile and I'm trying to load something, that what kind of weird UI there will be, right? So here it is. You can just enable this feature, and that's it. Now going to app build. So for the app build, you will need to provide this 4 information, right? Again, publishing apps and all these 2 different documentation URL will give you start to end process for publishing apps to create this information, right? Once you upload this information, you just go to build history and request a new build. So let me explain that how it will look like. So for example, if I'll go to this one of our application, right, and when you request a build, it will provide you 2 different files here. It can be APK file or AAB file and AAB file. So APK file you can directly install in your mobile Android mobile to test that how your final application looks like, and AAB for releasing on your Play Store accounts. and iOS. So if I go to any one of the application here, which is a plant course and iOS, so you see we have a iOS builds here, which is a IPF file, right? So IPF file means you can upload it on TestFlight, and TestFlight is a official Apple resource which will allow you to install application on your iPhone, test it, see everything is good, just publish that to the store. So all these applications are production ready applications, so you don't need to do anything. You just publish those apps and that's it, you are done with that. And whenever you find that the build is failing or something, right, we are as I said that we are just a message away. Send us a message and we will be able to help you with that. So yeah, here I have covered almost everything, and just to let you know one more thing about all these customization techniques and tips and tricks. Okay, we are coming up with our next webinar, which we'll be announcing very soon, at the end of this webinar, right? And in that webinar, I will be going through in-depth scenarios where and how you can remove elements, right, and CSS scripts and all the customization techniques there. Okay, so I would highly recommend registering for that as well. Okay, that being said, I'm done with my demo here, and I'm really thankful for you guys to listening to me, right? So now let's go to our next part. Here I want to highlight some of the apps that is built using Twinr platform. So one of them is GeoFab, right? And right now I think they launched their application around 2 months ago, and right now they have 1,000 plus downloads on their app. Similarly, Tupperware, we all know about this brand again, right? And this application also has a good downloads on Play Store. And NutriWorld, which is the e-commerce related to nutrition and healthcare, so they also have a nice application there. And some of the important links, so Twinr website, Twinr builder, our roadmap, help documentation, and these are some of the platforms where we are live right now. So I would like to request you guys to provide us some feedback there. Doesn't matter, it can be positive or negative, because we are looking for that, right? Provide us your honest feedback, what you feel about our platform. If you want, you can request certain extra features as well. Go to our roadmap URL and you will be able to submit your ideas there as well. So I would highly appreciate if you guys will provide us some honest feedback there. And then, yeah, thank you again. And I would like to open this floor for all of you guys to ask any questions you have, and let me know. If you guys want to speak up, then unmute yourself. Then unmute yourself and ask me a question. Otherwise, you post your questions in the message and I'll be reading and answering you here. Okay, so we have one of the feature request here from Chandril, which is template for online school and courses. For sure, we will, I would say that go to our roadmap URL and submit your request there, okay, with some more information that what do you really like to do in that. And also what you can do, you can send an email to us and we will consider that for sure. And thanks for that. The next question is from Parth. So he's asking that there are other application builders as well, why someone should go with Twinr. Okay, so Parth, why we should go with Twinr? So my answer is that, first of all, Twinr supports all the website platforms, so you don't need to worry about that which website technology you are using. That's one thing. Second thing, there are some other builders out there. So for example, if you want to integrate chat support in your mobile app, right, even though you have it on your website, they do require a separate support for mobile apps as well. So I would say that instead of those platforms, Twinr can directly use those third-party plugins out of the box. So you don't need any third-party support for that as well, right? Also, we have some other cool features, which is like native components, no internet view, hamburger, and all those things to make your application look more native and more give a more mobile feeling. So that's why I would suggest using Twinr over other platforms out there. I hope I answered your question here. Okay. Okay, I wanted to ask how to enable and use login in WordPress login. Okay, so if you want to enable login feature in your application, then I understood your question here. So you might have a situation where user will need to log in first, and then they can see any other feature of the application, screen of the application. So you don't need, yeah, we support that feature as well, and you don't need to do anything from your website part. Everything you can do, everything you can set up in our portal here. And we do have a documentation available for that setup as well. We have a question from Howard here. I'm a customer with 6 app subscription on Twinr. I don't own a Mac, so how do I upload my IPA file onto the App Store for review? That's a really good question, Howard. And to just let you know that by end of this month, we are coming up with a feature where your application will be directly uploaded to the test flight account. So you will not be able to, you won't need to do it by yourself, but Twinr will handle that part again. So we will be fixing that issue for sure. Okay, how friendly for a novice user developer? I would say that we are trying to build a platform for citizen developers. So if you are not a technical person at all, that's totally fine. I would say that you will be still able to use this platform and able to create your application. And that's what we are trying to build here. We are trying to build a platform for everyone without having a knowledge of any programming, right? And anytime if you find any issues, you can contact us and we will educate you that how to use this feature or how you can do such kind of things, right? Okay. So I think, okay, now the next question is from, are you guys planning to have a Firebase overlay system within Twinr so we do not need to go to Firebase? Yes, JB, we are going to come up with that feature as well, where you will be able to send push notification directly through Twinr rather than using Firebase console. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so when you, okay, so multi-domain means, Chandril, that when you try to load the Facebook URL, instead of opening that application instead of opening that URL in the application itself, it will open that URL in the mobile browser. So in your mobile, you might have a Safari or a Chrome browser. So it will open that in the different browser directly. So your application will still, so your users will be still stays on the similar screen in the app. That's what I mean. I'm not sure if I answered your question here. Please let me know if you still have more confusion on that. What if I just have one option called subscription like Netflix and not individual products to put in cart? That's totally fine. You can still use Twinr for that. And we are supporting that out of the box. Can we push notify reminders to do how did you exercise today morning, how to this? Yeah, you can do that, and you can send out those generalized notification to all the users based on different segmentation options. So Firebase does provide a lot of segmentation options there in their console. Chaitanya, if Twinr handles application uploading part, how it would be done with our own developer account? So whatever information you are providing right now, Chaitanya, we will be able to upload it under your account. So there will not be any extra steps required from your side. Are you going to consider an affiliate partner? For sure, please reach out to us, and my team member will give you more information about the affiliate platform. So yes, we are open for the affiliate partnership as well. And Karan posted one link here, which is our Discord link. So we are opening our open community here where all of you guys can join there, right? And then you can ask the question, or if you have any other things, you can just ask question to other community members and get some faster response from them, right? So we can help each other to grow this platform and grow this community. So please join that Discord community we have started, and I will see you guys there as well. And all of our support team members will be there as well. So if you will ask questions on that platform again, our support team members will be replying on that as well. Can we collect data about the user? So it really depends, Chandril, that what kind of data you are talking about, right? So if you talking about collecting their username, password, or some kind of information to store it locally, then yes, it's possible. Okay, let me. Okay, and demographic information. So if your website does have a demographic feature, for example, if it's asking for the location permission and everything, mobile application will follow that, so you don't need to worry about it. Yes, it will be able to get that information out of the box. Yes, you can upload CSV files through app. We do have a uploading and downloading feature. So yes, you can upload it, and user will be uploaded through either a file manager, right, which is the default option in Android and Play Store. So yes, user will be able to do that. Do you have any plans to come up with higher plans like 50 apps for X codes, etc.? We will surely give it a thought, Chaitanya, that if we can come up with some kind of agency plans right now. But if you are an agency, then we do have a multiple partnership programs available. Please reach out to our team member and they will give you more information on that. Where is the CSV data stored? Okay, so it really depends that on your website. For example, user will be uploading the CSV data. It will be passed on to your website feature, that however your website will be handling it, right, the mobile will handle it similar way. And if they are trying to download it, then it will be downloaded under their local storage. It will be under files, or they will get the option that where do you want to store that, either in the file or directly they can use emails or anything to send an email to others. Yes, we are GDPR compliant completely. So we have covered you, Chandril, here if you are from European countries. Yes, Frederick, the privacy is completely protectable here, and the data will be only on user's device. We are not storing any information in the mobile app. So it's up to user to where they want to store these kind of files. That's a really good questions here, and I'm really impressed with all these questions and really good feedback here. So whatever the feature request we got, 100% we will be considering it as well. Okay, so let me discuss about our. Okay, Chaitanya, will pop-up works in app also? Are there any cons of tracking visitor data? If we have connected our website to Google Analytics, all mobile app activities will be counted over there as well. So Chaitanya, if you will be using the mobile app, if you are tracking your website, right, your visitors, and if you will be using similarly on mobile app, then on the tracking side, on the analytics side, you will be able to see that this traffic is coming from the web page, and this traffic is coming from the mobile apps actually. So there will be some differentiation there, and you will be able to segment that information. Okay, so I would like to announce our next webinar as well. Okay, which is coming up on 28th of September, same time. And in that upcoming webinar, we will be discussing about effective customization techniques to build your production ready apps on Twinr. Okay, so I would again highly recommend. We will be sending more information soon, and Karan has already provided the link for the registration. If not, he will be posting it here very soon, right? So use that registration URL and register for the webinar, and we will be sending you the links very soon. And also we will be officially announcing on our social media and sending out an email as well. When will this easy push notification come? So Chandril, what do you mean by easy push notification? Okay, yeah. So if you mean that you don't need to upload anything, just when we will be completely integrating Firebase into a Twinr platform, it will cover everything. You just need to connect your Google account, and that's it. We will be able to handle everything for you. So I think within 2 months we will be having that feature, and it's already in our roadmap right now. Yes, JB, we will be providing a recording link to all of our participants. So you will get it after this webinar. Okay, feature request is a Pebble Connect. So Chandril, thanks for that. And I would say, again, how you want to use Pebble Connect with your applications, let us know, give us your use case, okay? And then we will think about it and we will include it in our upcoming roadmaps here. And Zapier, we already have a Zapier, which is expensive, okay? So yeah, we will be providing multiple integrations again, so you can use either Zapier or Pebble, anything. How about the multilingual support on the WordPress? I use WPML plugin. That's a really good question here from William. Our next release in October will be coming up with multi-language support as well. So under your application, you will have a functionality to switch languages. When will be the in-app purchase and subscription feature be available? That's also in our roadmap, and I think by end of this year in December, we'll be planning to work on this feature, in-app subscription, in-app purchase and subscriptions part. Again, I would like to request everyone to provide us some feedback, honest feedback. That's what we are looking for. Whatever you think about our platform, right? If our platform is really helpful for your businesses, let us know. We want to know that what kind of problems we are solving for you, so we get more we get more power on our side, that okay, you guys are using it, we are really trying to fix something, and we will keep building it. Obviously we are keep building it right now, but we will get to know more about. Right now you guys have requested a lot of features, and we will be shortly recommending it. We will be shortly including it in our roadmap. Thanks, Chandril, for your recommendation here, and I really appreciate that. Okay, and also many of our customers ask us a question that do I need a Google and Apple developer account to publish my apps? I would say yes, because we are providing a white label solution here. That means there will not be any Twinr branding, right? So you will need your account to publish applications on Play Store and App Store accounts. Okay. Do we have a Facebook group community to post questions? We do not have a Facebook community here right now. We do have a Facebook page for Twinr, but for all the community things, we will be using Discord moving forward. So one platform for everyone. Yes, Chandril, we will be using Discord for the community. So I would highly recommend joining that community. And also, we also have a lifetime deal ongoing right now. So if you guys are not aware of that, visit our AppSumo URL, and you can get a deal right now. Yes, Sandeep, Discord link is there. So yeah, please join that again. And one more thing I want to highlight here. So for example, I was mentioning about getting rid of the tedious application approval process, right? So with Twinr, whenever, for example, you have your applications published on Play Store and App Store accounts, and now you want to add a new screen to your application, or you want to replace a screen in your under your application, or maybe you just want to maybe add a button or something, right? So whatever you want to do, you will be able to do it on the platform directly, and you don't need to release a new version for that. What you can just do all those changes, save it as a draft, preview it in the preview app, and then after whenever you are ready, just publish it to the production. Click the publish to production button, and all of your changes will be directly published to the existing application users. So you don't need to go through that release process every time. Can you manage the app name after publishing? Not really, Chandril, because it's being managed by your App Store and Play Store account. So if you want to do that, then you want to update that name on your App Store and Play Store. And if you want to change the application name, for example, when user install it, right, then you will need to release a new version for that. Unable to accept Discord joining. Our team is looking into it right away. Frederick. Okay, what if the website is not mobile responsive? That is one of the requirements, Chandril, for us, that your website should be a mobile responsive. So we will be able to handle that data properly and in a proper format in a mobile screen. Will that reflect on the app, such as image going out of the screen? Most probably not, but I would say that just try to see that how your website looks like in a responsive view. But whatever the responsive view you have in your website, it will be reflected exactly similar in the mobile app. So I would say that responsive is one of the requirement for us. Enable chat option. So I would say that Chandril, that if you want to enable a chat feature, then just integrate that chat plugin in your website, right? And it will be by default, it will work by default in the mobile app. So you don't need a separate integration for the mobile apps, because that's what we are trying to do here. Single platform. So you are developing everything on your website and mobile application will follow. So you do not have a multiple source of truth. You just keep all of your features on website and mobile application will use that out of the box. Yes, it will work, Chandril. If you have a Heartbeat community app which has this feature, chat feature, it will work out of the box together. You don't need to do any extra integrations here. And if you find any confusion here, always reach out to our support team and they will be able to help you set it up. So it's almost time. It's almost 1 p.m. now. If you guys have any other questions, I would say that please send it over to our email, or you can use live chat to ask us those questions. And really good questions here. I would like to thank you everyone again for joining this webinar and giving us a good feature request here and also asking a lot of questions. And I hope we have we have provided all the answers that you have asked, right? And then if there is any other extra questions, let us know. We'd be really happy to help you guys with any other processes here. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next webinar. Okay, until then, have a good day. Bye bye.